Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to understand transitive and intransitive verb with full concept clarity and solve questions with accuracy. Let's now dive into the topic. So before we understand the two types of transitive and intransitive verbs, let's understand what is a verb. Okay, so what is the verb? Verb shows action, okay, such as run, eat, write. Okay, verb shows the state, okay, is, seem, become. Okay, so now verb is divided into two types, that is a transitive verb. Okay, verb is mainly divided in two types. One is transitive verb and another one is intransitive verb. So mainly these two types of verb are divided on the basis of object. Okay, divided on the basis of object, where transitive verb is a verb that requires an object to complete its meaning. So what will be the structure of transitive verb? The subject, then the verb and the object. So always remember, transitive verb always carries an object. For example, she wrote a letter. So letter is the object. He bought a car. Car is the object. They completed the work is the object here. Okay, so this is what is about transitive verb. Now ask the question, okay, what or whom regarding the transitive verb. Okay, whenever in a sentence we are saying a sentence, he bought a car. So what did he bring? He bought a car. So what did she write? She wrote a letter. He bought a car. So these are what? These are objects. So transitive verb will always have the answer. So if answer exists, it is known as what? Transitive verb. So whenever you are questioning what, when, whom, where, then the answer will be there existing. That is called as transitive verb. Okay. Now intransitive verb does not require an object. It does not have any object. What will be its structure? Subject, verb. Okay, there will be no object required to complete its meaning. For example, he slept, she laughed, the baby cried. Okay, so these are what? These are all intransitive verb. Okay, asking the question, slept what? There is no answer required. He slept. Yes, there is no answer required. So when there is no answer, it is what? Intransitive. Now let's have a trick. Okay, regarding transitive and intransitive verb, let's have one trick, that is object test. We will test the object asking what or whom. So if answer exists, that is transitive. If not, that is intransitive. We already know now this. Now the trick 2 is same verb, different role. Okay, the verb will be same for both, but in both the verbs, the role of the same verb will be different. Okay, some verbs can be both transitive and intransitive. Okay, it means there will be the same verb in both the kinds of verbs. For example, run. Okay, he runs daily. So this is what? Intransitive. Okay, he runs daily where? There is no answer required. He runs daily is just a simple fact that he runs daily. So run is the verb here for intransitive verb. Now again, for the transitive, he runs a company. So now there is one object. The object is what? Company regarding transitive verb. So here the object is there. He runs what? He runs a company. So now run, the verb run is there in both the kinds of verbs, but they play different roles. Okay, so now we have got to know that there is an object test. If there is the answer, what, whom, where, then in that case it will be transitive. But when there is no answer required to complete the meaning of the sentence, then that will be what? That will be intransitive. But there are also same verbs in both the cases, and the same verb will play different roles in the cases. Okay, the different cases. Okay. Now, just check here. There is the same verb, that is read. Okay, read. She reads well. That will be what? Intransitive. She reads well. Yes, it is a fact. She reads well. Okay, she reads a book. Now book is the object. So now we know that whenever there is an object, it will be what? It will be transitive. Yes, now there is another trick. One was object text, one was same verb, different role. Now the trick 3 is passive voice rule. Okay, passive voice rule. Now just check, only transitive verbs can form passive voice. Okay, let's check how. He wrote a letter. A letter was written. Okay, he slept. Now can we convert it to passive? No. So no passive voice possible here. Okay, so this is what, that only in transitive verbs passive voice can be formed. Okay, now trick 4 is common intransitive verbs. So there are various common intransitive verbs, that is sleep, die, arrive, go, come. So these never take objects. Okay, sleep, die, arrive, go, come. All these verbs does not take any object. So please remember, whenever there is a question regarding these verbs that will not take any object, and if you are being asked to identify which kind of verb it is, you need to know that it is what? It is intransitive verb. Okay, so these were the trick regarding the concept of intransitive and transitive. Now just check, he discussed about the issue. Okay, he discussed about the issue is a statement given. He discussed the issue. Discuss is what? Transitive. No preposition needed. Okay, she entered into the room. Okay, she entered the room is the correct sentence. He resembles to his father is wrong. He resembles his father. So here two. Okay, he discussed about, so these prepositions are not required. She entered into, about, into, to, these prepositions are not required. We'll simply say he discussed the issue. Okay, she entered the room. He resembles his father. Okay, so issue, room, father, these objects does not require the preposition because discuss is transitive. Okay, just check, he discussed the issue, here discuss is transitive. She entered the room. So room is the object, entered is transitive. Yes, he resembles his father, resemble is transitive. So no preposition required. This is also a important rule here. Okay, now let's solve the questions. Now we know that transitive has an object, intransitive does not have an object. Yes, that is a simple rule we have to remember. Now keeping that in mind, let's solve the questions. Identify the transitive verb. Okay, he sleeps, she cried, he kicked the ball, they arrive. Now remember, I told you sleep, cried, all these does not take any object. But when we are talking about transitive, it will always take an object. So what will happen? He kicked the ball. So answer is C, because identifying the transitive verb. So answer is C. All right. Now, answer C, kicked what? The ball. We have the answer, kicked what? Ball. Next question, which is intransitive. Which is intransitive? She wrote a poem, there is this object. He ate food, there is object. They laughed loudly, he bought a car. So car, food, poem, all these have the objects in the statements. So they laughed loudly. C is the answer. That is what? That is intransitive. Yes, C does not have any object. Okay, question number 3. She sings beautifully. Now tell me, it is transitive, intransitive, or both? She sings beautifully. She sings beautifully. We are describing something. So it is what? It is intransitive because there is no object. She sings what? Okay, she sings beautifully simply is a statement. So it is what? Answer is B, that is no object required. Okay, now just check this question. She sings a song. She sings a song. The previous one was she sings beautifully, no object. Now in this question, she sings a song. There is this object, so obviously it is what? It is transitive. Okay? Yes, there is object. So which verb is always intransitive? Which verb is always intransitive? It means they are asking that which is the verb among all these options which will never ever carry any object. Okay, now just check option number A. There is eat. So whenever I eat food, if I say I eat food, so food is the object, so eat will take the object. So do not bring the chalk. Okay, chalk is the object, so bring is also transitive. Yes, sleep. Does sleep carry any object? We have studied cried, sleep, etc. will never carry any object, so sleep is the answer. So answer is what? 5. Answer is C. Make food. Please make some delicious food for me. So make includes an object, make takes an object, only sleep will never take an object. So which verb is always intransitive? That is the answer is sleep. Okay? Yes. Now just check identify incorrect sentence. Identify incorrect sentence. He entered the room. This is correct. She discussed the plan. He slept the bed. She wrote a letter. He slept the bed. This is the incorrect sentence because sleep does not take any object. So answer is what? Answer is C. Yes, sleep doesn't take any object. Okay. The baby cried. The baby cried. Transitive, intransitive, both none. Cried does not take any object. Yes, so it is what? It is intransitive. Okay. Question number 8. He runs a company. He runs a company. Now I told you that same verb. I told you that there is an important rule that there will be some verbs, okay, same verbs in both the conditions, whether it is transitive or whether it is intransitive. Yes, although same verbs, but there is what? There is different roles in case of both the verbs. Yes, so now regarding transitive, he runs. Okay, when the verb is runs, okay, so he runs a company. Yes, he runs a company. Now here the verb runs has an object. Yes, this is an object, that is company. Yes, so it is what? It is transitive. But regarding the same verb runs, he runs daily. He runs daily. We got the statement. Does this statement has any object? The verb is taking any object? No. The verb is not taking any object. So it is what? It is intransitive. So have you seen run and run? Both the verbs are same in the different cases but playing different roles. Okay. So here he runs a company. Company is the object. That is why the answer will be what? The answer will be transitive. So now when your concepts are clear, you are able to solve the questions. That is why I bring the concept first and then we move on with the questions. Okay. So concept clarity is the most important thing. Okay. He runs daily. Now check here. The same statement, it is what? It is intransitive because no object here. Yes or no? Alright. Now choose the correct. Choose the correct statement. He discussed about the issue. I told you that discuss will never take the preposition, so this is the wrong statement. They are asking the correct statement. He discussed the issue. He discussed on the issue. It is wrong. He discussed into, on, into, to, about. All these prepositions are not required. So discussed, he discussed, the issue is the correct one because discuss when there is discuss, there is no preposition. Required. Yes, whenever there is discussed, there is no preposition required. So he discussed, the issue is the simple statement. Okay, correct. Choose the correct sentence. You should know about, on, into, to, all these are prepositions. So all these statements are wrong. He discussed, the issue will be the correct sentence. Okay, she opened the door. She opened the door. She opened the door. The verb opened takes the object door, that is why it is transitive. Easy question? Yes? The sun rises. The sun rises. Transitive, intransitive, both, none. What will be the answer? The sun rises. Where? What? Whom? Is there any answer? So answer is what? Answer is intransitive, because there is no object here. Yes or no? Which can be both. Which can be both. Sleep, die, run, arrive. Now here, which can be both, it means they are asking which verb among all these can be both the cases, whether intransitive or intransitive. So we studied that run is the verb which can be applied in both the cases. Hence, run will play different role in both the cases, but run can be applied in both the cases. Sleep will never take any object. Die will not take. Arrive will not take. Okay, so now, okay, sleep will not take object. Sleep will not take any object. Okay, die may take object. Arrive, he arrived at the airport. Yes, die can also take object. He died where? Yes, so now run can be applied in both the cases. So answer is run. Okay, he broke the glass. He broke the glass. So he broke what? The answer is glass. So we have the answer, that is glass. We have the object. So answer will be transitive. Okay, now the glass broke. One was he broke the glass. We got he broke what? The glass. Now the statement is the glass broke. The glass broke where? What? Whom? Is there any answer? There is no answer. Hence, it will be intransitive. Okay? It will be intransitive. Yes? So now we know the rule that when it is about transitive, there is an object. When it is about intransitive, there is no object. And there will be certain verbs which will be applied in both the cases, but they will play different roles. And when discuss is there, it will never take any prepositions. Okay? So on the basis of all these tricks, all these concepts, I bought the questions, 15 questions I bought, and we solved it together. Yes, when now read, yes, object test, what, whom will be questioning, what, whom. Then we'll be getting the answer. If answer exists, it's transitive. If the answer is not there, it is intransitive. Yes, same verb, different roles. Yes, sleep, die, arrive, go, come, all these are what? These are common intransitive verbs. These never take objects. Okay, so now there was a question where we got these options. I told you all that sleep will never take any object. Yes, sleep will never take any object. Die will also never take any object. Yes, arrive will take object. Run will never take. Run will be in both the cases, whether it's transitive or intransitive. Okay, so now we are sure about the concept, and now we can solve the question. Okay. So whether it's sleep, die, arrive, no object can be taken. Only run is there in both the cases. So I hope you all got the concept clarity in the topic of transitive and intransitive verb. In the next video, we will come up with a new topic. Until then, keep studying and keep working hard. See you in the next video. Thank you, everyone.